Hi, welcome to Thiru Academy. Today we are going to discuss about payment service. Previously we already seen that order service, product service, config server and services intercommunication also. Okay, and service register also we have discussed. Now we are going to discuss about payment service. Here we are going to create one application and we need to save that data in database. In real time we'll discuss about in general we'll integrate with other third party payment gateway services, but we are not going to do now here. Okay, we'll create one project and we'll save the data and we'll call the methods and save the data in database. Okay, fine. Coming to project implementation, unfortunately I have implemented but I lost that recording, that's why I am explaining now. Okay, payment service, let's see the dependencies what we have taken here. Okay, Spring Data JPA one dependency and web dependency, same way Spring Cloud dependency also we have taken, and Eureka client dependency, this is, and Oracle driver dependency, this is Lombok dependency. Okay, these are the dependencies we have taken for this payment service application. Okay, then coming to packages, we have created controller package, entity package, model package, repository package, service. If we required, we'll see, we will create later. Okay, then coming to application dot properties. See, these are the properties we already discussed in previous applications also. I think dialect also not required. This property also not required. Why? Because based on the Oracle driver class, it needs to be find out the dialect class. Okay, fine. Application name I have taken as payment service. Okay, then this is the URL, this is the username, this is the password to connect with database, show-SQL, this is the SQL, whatever the SQL queries we are calling through application to database we are hitting, right, that SQL queries we need to print it in console. That's why we have provided this property. This is spring.jpa.hibernate.ddl-auto properties update. In case if any tables already created in database, we need to update that tables. Okay, fine. Port is 8092 port number. Okay, fine. Then coming to implementation, this is the main class. Whenever we have created our application, it will create automatically in Spring Boot, right? This the class is this payment service application, that is class, and for this class we have provided @enable discovery client annotation. This is default. This annotation will come at that Spring Boot application. After creating application, we have provided this @enable discovery client. This is the client application in service registry. Okay, fine. Controller, coming to payment controller. Yeah, fine. Payment controller is the class name which I have provided. Okay, for this class we have provided the annotations @REST controller and @request mapping. REST controller is useful to indicate that this class is controller class, and it needs to be written, and response body also, if you observe, see here, @response body also available in that annotation, @REST controller. Okay, @request mapping, endpoint URI we need to provide, right? After in URL, after providing the application name, we need to provide that URI, right? To provide that URI, we need to use @request mapping annotation. This is the payment is the URI which I have provided here. Okay, this is the payment service. See, payment service is the interface and payment service IMPL is the implementation class for payment service interface. Okay, we need to provide dependency injection to service layer from controller. That's why we need to provide this @AutoWord annotation, and the property name is private payment service. Name of that property is payment service. Return type is that class type is payment service. Okay, dependency injection we have provided. Okay, then coming to class. This is the do payment is the one method which we need to provide the payment. Whenever we have ordered that product, we need to provide payment, right? After providing payment, we need to save that data in database, right? For that, we have created the method called do payment. This is the post mapping. Okay, for this post mapping, endpoint URI is do payment I have provided. After payment, we need to provide do payment in URL. Okay, and this is the post mapping. Here we are returning the long value. Long means payment ID we are returning. After saving the data into database, we are returning that payment ID. Okay, fine. Here we need to receive the request, right? In post mapping, we will receive the request in body. Okay, to receive that request, we need to use that @request body annotation. Okay, there's the request we need to send in the form of class, that is payment request. This is the class name which I have created here. Payment request is the class name, and in that I have provided three fields. One is order ID, for the, to which order we are providing the payment. For that reason, I have taken that order ID. Payment mode is the second property. Third is amount, which how much we have provided. Payment mode is enum type. Here cash, debit card and credit card. Three types we have taken in that enum. Okay, fine. For this payment request, to avoid setters and getters and some boilerplate coding we need to provide, right, in Pojo classes. To avoid that, I have used these annotations: @data, @allargs constructor, and @noargs constructor, and we are using builder design pattern, right? To use that builder pattern, I am using @builder annotation. This is also from Lombok only. Okay, see, lombok.builder. Okay, fine. Payment request is also ready with us now. Okay, through postman we are receiving that payment request information, and this payment request information we need to send to service layer, right, to save that data, to process that data and to save that information into database. Okay, here do payment is the method which we have created in payment service interface, and see, I am calling that do payment method. See, this is the interface. In that interface we have provided do payment method. Return type of that do payment method is long. Okay, when we go to implementation class, come here, this is the payment service IMPL. In that class we have provided implementation. Okay, yes, in that payment service IMPL we need the dependency of repository to call that repository layer methods, right? Spring Data JPA we are using. To provide that dependency injection, we have provided that @AutoWord annotation over here, and we have provided that property of repository layer also here. Okay, now finally we have provided the dependency injection for repository layer from service. Okay, here do payment is the method name. For that method we are receiving the payment request object. Yes, now we have payment request object with us in do payment method. First, when coming to this method, we need to log some log information. Okay, whatever the flow we need to identify in console, right? That's why. Okay, here payment request in payment service IMPL. When entered into payment service IMPL class, whatever the object we have received, I am printing here. Okay, then after that we need to prepare entity object to save that data in database, right? This is the payment details is the entity class which I have created. Okay, see payment details. Yeah, table name which I have provided is table underscore payment details I have provided, and this is the @entity annotation indicating that this is the class is entity class. To avoid boilerplate coding, setters and getters constructors, I am using these three annotations: @data, @allux constructor, and @nox constructor. And in this payment details entity class, I am taking the properties as payment ID, one property order ID, one property same way payment date, payment mode, payment status, amount. These are the properties I am taking. This is the payment ID is the primary key ID. That's why we have provided @ID annotation, and this ID needs to be generated automatically from DB, right? For this I am using @generated value strategy auto type I am using. Okay, fine. Then these are the properties and column names as it is I am taking in DB. Okay, fine. Entity class is ready with us. Yeah, coming to service. Here payment details object we are generating here with the help of the payment request object. Okay, this is the builder pattern we are using here. Okay, fine. Payment details dot builder dot build. Before that, before building object, we need to provide that property values, right? For this, for amount, we are receiving the request payment request, right? Payment request dot get amount payment date. Whenever we are doing payment, that time we are taking, and payment mode, payment status, order ID, all. By using that payment request object data, we are preparing that entity object, and finally I am printing that entity object. Okay, finally we are saving the entity details in database by using that payment repository dependency. Okay, payment repository dot save is the method name to save that payment details in database. Okay, fine. Finally we are returning that payment ID. Payment details dot get payment ID. Okay, fine. We'll test this do payment method once. Okay, then we'll go to next methods. Fine. I am running all applications. Then first we need to run that cloud config. Based on that property details we need to receive, right? First, later on remaining I will restart that all applications will come. We'll see. Yes, all applications are up and running. Our payment service is running with 8092 port. Okay, payment request object we need to send. Where is that payment request? Yes, order ID, payment mode, amount we need to send. Come to postman. Order ID, payment mode, amount. Endpoint URI is after port number 8092 we need to provide payment, and /do payment we need to provide. Yeah, order ID first we will check in database in order table. Okay, order ID 1 we will provide, then fine. Okay, order ID 1, payment mode cash, amount 5000 we will send, not 1000. Okay, fine. I am sending that request. Yeah, we have received 52. That we need to verify in which table? Table underscore payment details. This is the table. Okay, see our payment ID is 52, which we have written just now. Okay, payment amount we have provided 5000, order ID 1, payment date 15th. Okay, 15th March, payment mode cash and payment success. Fine, right? Yes. Coming to remaining. Okay? Yes. Payment, do payment is success for us now. Okay? This do payment method we need to call from order service, right? Whenever we place order, we need to do the payment also, right? Yeah. Come to order service. I'm closing all. Okay. Fine. Coming to order service. Order service IMPL. Fine. Yeah. Come here. From place order is the method which we have discussed already. Okay? Yes. Place order is the method. From here we are placing the order. First we'll see controller. Okay? Here from order service we are placing the order. For this, for placing order, endpoint URI is after providing port /order, then /place order we need to provide. This is the method. Whenever we are placing order, we need to send that order request details. Okay, in order request details, product ID, quantity, amount, payment mode, we need to send these details. We need to send. Okay, come to controller. From here we are calling that service layer method. I am not explaining all these things. Okay, why? Because we already discussed. Yeah, I am calling that place order implementation class. Okay, this is the method. Yeah, this also we already discussed. Reduce quantity also in product service. Okay, we are building that order entity and we are saving that order information in database. In return we are getting that order object. Okay, come here. After that we are calling that payment service method. Okay, before that I am placing one log calling payment service with order ID, order.getOrder, order ID. Okay, in order object we have order ID. Okay, fine. By using that order ID we need to call the payment service. Okay, see, come here. To call that, we already discussed inter-service communication by using fin client, right? We already implemented. See, this is the annotation. We have provided that order service application for main class. See, enable fin clients, and we have implemented one client interface. Come here. In previously payment service we have implemented, right? Now same way, sorry, previously we have implemented product service. Okay, reduce quantity we have implemented. This is new method we will discuss later in this video only. Okay, previously we have implemented reduce quantity. Same way I have created one interface called payment service in order service application. Okay, and I have provided that do payment, whatever we have that method signature in payment controller. Okay, this is the method signature. I have taken the signature from here, from payment controller, and provided in payment service interface of order service application. Okay, fine. We are doing post mapping. Same, do payment is the endpoint URI we need to provide after payment. This is the method name, do payment, and this is the response entity of long value we are returning. Same which we have provided in payment controller class. Okay, fine. Sorry, this is product. Payment service. Yeah, we are receiving that payment request object through postman in body. Okay, fine. For this we need to provide @fin client annotation. Name of that for that service we need to provide here. for that parameter name we need to provide like that. This is the payment service application name. Okay, payment service / payment. This is the endpoint URI. We need to provide in service. Okay, payment service of order service application. Okay, fine. Like that we need to provide to call the do payment method. Okay, for this do payment method, payment request object we are getting, right? We don't have that payment request class in order service application. I have copy pasted in payment request class in, see, this is the class which I have taken from, copy pasted from payment service in order service. Okay, same class we have provided in payment service also. See, in model we have provided in of payment service model package, this is the payment request. Same fields I have provided in order service, payment request class. Okay, fine. Where is that client request, payment request? Both classes are same. Okay, fine. Now, yeah, we have copy pasted the payment request class also. Okay, from here we need to call that do payment method. For that we need to provide the dependency of payment service in order service IMPL class to call that do payment method of by using fin client. Okay, come to order service IMPL. Yeah, here @auto-void annotation I have used to provide the dependency injection to payment service interface or class, whatever. Okay, by using this payment service property, okay, I am calling that, where is that, do payment method. See, here we are calling that do payment method by providing payment request object. Here we need to build that payment request object, right? Yeah, I am building that payment request object by using builder pattern. For in payment request we have amount, payment mode and order ID. These three fields we need to provide, which we have provided here, right? In Postman we have provided manually. In code we need to build that payment request object. By using that we already having that order request, right? See, whenever placing order we are sending order request object, right? In order request object we already have that amount information, payment mode and order ID we are getting. After saving the data in database we will get order ID. That order ID I am placing here. Okay, after that I am placing one log. Okay, yes, fine. Come here, by using that order request payment request object I am calling that do payment method of payment service. Okay, after calling that payment service we need to update that status success, right? After doing payment we need to update that status value. Before that order status is created. Okay, after doing payment we need to update it as success. For this updating success I have taken that one variable string status equal to string utils dot empty I have taken. Okay, after doing payment I have updated the status value as success. If it fails in payment service, if it fails it comes to exception, catch class, catch block, and here I have placed one log. Whatever payment request object we are sending, that I am printing again in catch block, and status is failed. The status value we need to update it in to order service to save the order information in database. After doing payment, whatever it is, success or failed, we need to update it in database, right? Then again we are calling order repository dot save method to save the order details in database. After saving the details in database, I am placing one log.info, product saved successfully after placing order with order ID. Okay, fine. Order that get order ID. I am placing the log. Finally, we are returning order ID. For that, place order method. Okay, we'll test this place order. Okay, from here we are calling payment service also, right? We'll place one order, then we'll see next implementation. Okay, for this I am restarting the order service and payment service. We have done some modifications, right? Logs and all. That's why I am restarting that order service and payment service. Yes, all applications are up and running. Order service port is 8091. Okay, come here. We'll see that in service registry. All are up and running, right? Fine. We'll test through Postman order service 8091. For that, this is the post request, right? Place order is the post request. Where is that order controller? Yeah, order place order we need to provide, and this is the post mapping we need to provide, and in that order request details we need to provide product ID, product ID, quantity, amount, payment mode we need to send. Yes, fine. Product ID we need to check in product table. Yes, product ID 952, quantity we have 46 quantity available, then fine. Amount 50,000, quantity 1, payment mode cash. I am sending request now. We need to verify in order table and product table. Here we need to observe in product table for what? For product ID, whether the quantity is reduced or not, and we need to observe the order table whether order placed or not, and we need to observe the payment details table also. We'll see now. We'll send request and we'll see. Okay, yeah, I'm sending request place order 4052 order ID, it is returned. Okay, we'll observe in product table first. Okay, see, quantity 1 is reduced. We have sent only one quantity 1 only. Quantity is reduced. Reduced quantity API is working fine. Then order details. Yeah, coming to order details, 4052 is the order ID. Yeah, 4052. This is the order ID. Yeah, 4052, and payment order status success, price 50,000, product ID 952, quantity 1. Yeah, coming to payment details table, 4052 is the order ID. See, this payment ID is 102, amount is 50,000, order ID is 4052. Payment date is 15th March. Payment mode cash. Payment status success. Fine. We have all the APIs are working fine, right? To observe the logs we are printing, this console is clumsy. All logs are printing in one. That's why we are not able to, it is difficult to observe. Yeah. Yes, place order API is working fine. Then coming to next, after placing order, we need to get the details, right? We need to get order details. Whenever we are getting order details, come here. Whenever we are getting order details, we need to get that order information, product information, which product we have ordered, and payment details also, how much we have paid, that details also we need to get. Okay, for that information we are going to implementing it now. Okay, coming to payment controller, here is the get payment details. This is the method we have implemented in payment service application. Okay, this is the payment controller of payment service application. This is the get mapping. For this we need to provide that order ID in endpoint URI. To receive that order ID, we are using that @path variable annotation, and that order ID type is long. Okay, we are receiving that order ID, and that order ID we are placing to get payment details of payment service IMPL class. Okay, we are providing that order ID information. Okay, see, I am calling this get payment details method. This is the interface payment service. The get payment details is returning that payment response object. Okay, see, come here. In payment response we have provided that payment ID, order ID, status, payment mode, amount, payment date. These are the properties we need to get it in in payment response. Okay, these are the annotations need to provide to avoid the boilerplate coding. Okay, fine. Yeah, and coming to implementation, get payment details is the method. For that we are providing that order ID. Here we already discussed the payment details is the entity class. Okay, by using that order ID we need to get that entity information. Okay, and moreover order ID is not the primary key ID in a payment details entity class. Okay, observe here, in payment details payment ID is the primary key ID, order ID is the normal property. So to get that value based on that order ID, we need to provide that custom method in repository, payment repository. Come here, in payment repository we have provided find by method, custom method, find by order ID custom method we have provided here by providing order ID. That the return type of that find by order ID method is payment details. Okay, fine. Then coming to internal implementation will take care by Spring Boot Data JPA. Okay, just we need to provide custom method name. We have provided that method name. By using that method we are getting the payment details entity information. Okay, see, now we have payment details information. We need to build that payment response object. Okay, based on that payment details entity object. Okay, here we are using the builder design pattern to prepare that payment response object. Okay, for that payment response we need to provide that amount, order ID, payment date, payment ID, status, payment mode. Okay, these are the information we are providing by based on payment details object. Okay, finally we are returning that payment response object to controller, payment controller. Okay, fine. Yes, fine. Finally we have payment response object in payment controller. Okay, we'll test this method now. Okay, then we'll call this payment details from order service. When we are getting order details, we need to get order information, payment information, product information also. Okay, fine. We'll test this. Get payment details API. Okay, come to Postman. Yeah, fine. Yeah, see here get request. This is the get request. Payment service port is 8092. After payment we need to provide that order ID. Okay, this is the order ID we got last now 4052. Okay, fine. Yeah, payment details we got, right? Sorry, payment response, payment ID, order ID, status success, payment mode, amount, payment date. we received, right? So finally this API, get payment details API, is working fine. We need to call this get payment details API from order service, okay, to get that payment or order details. Okay, order payment details, we need to get it. Okay, come here. This is the order service interface. I am closing this. Order service application also I am closing. Where is that order controller? Order service IMPL. Yes, place order is fine. Okay, we already discussed. Yeah, get order details we need to discuss. Come to order controller. Yeah, this is the method we have implemented by providing order ID in endpoint URI. This is the get mapping. Fine. Get order details is the method we have implemented. To receive that order ID, we have used @path variable. Whatever we are providing order ID in path of that endpoint URI, we need to receive that order ID. Okay, and we are sending that order ID information to order service IMPL class to get that order details. I am calling that get order details method. Yeah, we are providing that order ID and it is throwing the order service custom exception. Okay, I am going to, and it is returning the order response. In order response, we got the order ID, product ID, quantity, amount, payment mode, product response, payment response also. Okay, fine. These are the product response and payment response. I have copied from product service and payment service applications. Okay, these two classes. Fine. When coming to implementation, yeah, come here. First of all, I have printed one log calling order details. Okay, here we have order ID. We are receiving that order ID through path. Okay, that based on that order ID, we are calling the order find by ID method to get the order details. If it's not found, we are throwing the order service custom exception saying order not found with order ID of order ID and code is order not found. Error code we are sending. Okay, fine. If it's such as order found in order table, okay, then fine, we are returning that order entity. Now we have order entity information. I am placing one log calling product service to get product details. To get product details with ID order dot or get product ID. Okay, by using that product ID, okay, we need to get that product information by calling that product service get product method. Okay, yes, come here. We already implemented the fin client in order service to get the product information. See, this is the product service. Yes, this is the fin client which we have provided in order service application. Product service is the interface. In that interface, we have provided that one reduce quantity method and another one is get product method to get the product details information. This method which we have implemented in product service application. Okay, I'm opening now product controller. See, get product. This is the method we have implemented. For this we are providing product ID. Okay, it is throwing product service exception. Okay, by using that product ID, we are calling the product service get product by ID method and finally we are getting product response. Okay, see here get product by ID. By using find by ID, we are getting that product information that based on that product entity information, we are building that product response object. Okay, fine. Finally, we are returning that object which we already implemented in product service. Okay, finally, see, this is the method signature, not the body. Okay, I'm copying this information and I am pasting it in fin client of order service. Okay, this is the method get product detail. Get product is the method which we have copy pasted here. Okay, which is returning product response. Okay, we need to call this get product method from order service IMPL. Okay, to get that product information. Come to here. Yeah, by using that product service, we have provided the dependency injection to product service. By using that product service, we are calling the get product information, get product method by providing the product ID. Okay, finally we are getting that product response object. Okay, yes, fine. For getting that product response object, I have copy pasted the product response class from product service. Okay, see where we have copy pasted. We'll see client, not request, payment request, controller in model. I think we have, yeah, product response. See, this is the class. Okay. Yes, this is the product response class. We have these fields in product ID, product name, price, quantity. These are the fields we have provided in product response class. Okay, these are the annotations useful to avoid boilerplate coding. Fine. Yes, finally we have order information as well as product information also. What is the pending now? Payment information. We need to get it by calling the payment service fin client by using. Okay, okay, we need to get that payment details. Before that, I'm placed one log calling payment details. Okay, payment service dependency injection we already discussed. By using that payment service, okay, see, we'll see in payment service also. Okay, yeah, payment service, I'm opening now. Yeah, in payment service we have provided that get payment details, one method we need to call from order service to get that payment response object. Okay, this is the fin client information of payment service / payment we need to provide. Okay, for payment response also I have copy pasted that class from payment service class, payment service application. Okay, here we are providing that order ID information to get that payment information. Okay, fine. Yeah. Yes, finally we are calling the get payment details method of payment service. Okay, interface and getting that payment response by providing order ID. Okay, see, we have provided order.getOrderID and we have received that payment response object. This payment response object we need to add it to order response. Okay, we need to get that order response object. In order response, we already have the order ID, product ID, quantity, amount, product information as well as payment information also. Okay, fine. I will run this application now. We already run this application. Okay, we'll test through Postman. Get product details. Okay. Yes. Yes. This is the method we need to test it now. Okay. Get order details. We need to provide order ID in endpoint URI path. Okay. Coming to Postman. Yeah, where is that? 8091 is the port number for order service / order We'll verify in order order table, which is the 4052 is the latest one which we have tested. Okay, same thing I am providing here. Yeah, get request, right? Yeah, see, check the order information. Order ID 4052 which we have provided, product ID 952, quantity 1, amount 50,000, payment mode null it is coming. We will verify product response, product ID also we need to check, product name Lenovo laptop, price 50,000, same way payment response also we are receiving. These two we are receiving null, we will verify now. Okay. Yes, come here. When coming to order response, in order response, see here payment mode we didn't set. Okay, in order response, see payment mode is there, but we didn't set that information. Okay, dot payment mode. Order dot get payment mode. Is there any payment mode? No, right? We'll see. Yes, we didn't provide it in order entity. Okay, payment mode we didn't provide it here. We need to provide here also if you want to get payment mode. See, if you want to get payment mode, type of payment mode, we need to place the property in order entity also. Okay, by providing in order entity we will get that payment mode and we can set it. Otherwise you can ignore it. Okay, in order response we can ignore the payment mode. Okay, fine. Next, in product response we need to get that product ID. Where is that product response? Yes, come here. In order response we have commented the payment mode, or else we need to take the payment mode in order also. Okay, so that's why this payment mode equal to null. Here it's gone, and product ID, for product ID, product response, see here in product response I have taken that small long type. Okay, previously it is long class type is there, that's why it is returning null value. Now it is returning 0. Okay, we need to verify that one. Yes, come here in product controller we are receiving the product information, right, by sending product ID. In product response object when we are building, okay, here we are not taking any product ID information. Okay, see here product response of product name, price, quantity we are taking. See, product name, price, quantity. Where is our big response? Here in product response, product name, price, quantity we are considering, not the product ID. That's why we are getting 0. If we modify here in product response, see product ID is there already. Okay, now we'll take that one. See, product ID, see product dot get product ID. Okay, fine. We will restart that. Save. We'll restart that product service, then we'll run. Yes, come here, we'll test through Postman. I'm sending request. Yeah, product ID 952 came now, right? Instead of 0. Previously it is showing 0. Now product ID it is returning. Yeah, fine, right? Small recap. Today we have discussed about payment service application In this we have created one do payment method and we have tested. We have called this do payment method from order service. When we placed the order, we need to process payment information also, right? That's why we have called this do payment from order service IMPL whenever order placed. Okay, see, in order service IMPL we have called that payment information from order service. Okay, fine. Later then we have implemented the get order details. For this, whenever we are retrieving the order details, we need to receive the order information, product information as well as payment information, right? For that we have called that product service as well as payment service also. See, by using fin client, by using that product service, get product information we got by using the get product method. Okay, product response as well as payment response also we have in get order details. Okay, fine. Till now we have discussed. Okay, in our next video we will discuss about API gateway. Okay, if you really like this video, please like, share and subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching.